Greetings, I'm Chappers.
I'm the captain.
And today it is Jedi versus Sith in the ultimate amp and guitar battle of good versus evil. Are you? Basically, we're going to select our Jedi side. So I'm going to be like Rey, Jedi, good side, the Rebellion, and you will be
Darth Vader. Or I don't know any other baddies apart from the Emperor. And
we have to pick rigs.
Darth Sidious.
And we have to pick
Darth Sidious?
Yeah.
Okay.
Darth Sidious will do, Lee. That's good.
Okay.
And
I really want to just be Darth Vader because I'm only choosing characters from the
Darth
Star
Vader's
Wars
dead.
films.
You need to be Kylo Ren.
No.
Why can't you be Kylo Ren?
Because I only want to be one from a good film.
So this is great fun. So we have to pick rigs that are the same colour as our side. So I can pick green, blue, white.
And I can pick red or black.
Or grey.
Or grey. Which basically gives me a huge advantage, as almost everything we sell is available in either red or black.
Yes.
Especially black.
But you can strike me down. I will only become stronger. I'll only become stronger. So wish me luck as I fight for the Rebellion.
And wish me luck as I fight for law and order and general free trade and all the other things that the Empire stands for.
As he fails for the Sith. May the Force be with you.
Oh, I forgot that, yes.
May the Force be with you.
Come to the dark side and feel its power.
Okay. Can you guys help me? We're going to pick some wonderful Jedi good gear. Green, blue, white are my colours, and they have to be heroic. Get away. Stop getting in on my deal. And they have to have heroic sounds and cool things. We're looking for a pedal, a guitar, and an amp rig. So, kind of thinking some of these colours kind of all work. They are, after all, greens and blues. In fact, straight off the bat, that's a pretty Jedi-looking guitar, and it's a beautiful Vela S2. So this could be an immediate shout for a Jedi guitar. Loving the brass saddles. Obviously, I have recently acquired a guitar in a similar format that I absolutely love. Thank you, PRS. And I think this could be an immediate shout, but we'll keep looking and then probably come back. Wow, 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 wow.
The aged one. Yeah, that's the boy. Carry that one. I know, that's it. Awesome.
Excuse me. Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you. He's from Belgium, it's fine. You can slay people from Belgium. Okay. Now I'm thinking white and blue, and whether there's something really good looking, really positive and kind of affirmative forcey. So, blue, unfortunately most of the blues, with the exception of this Shekte, are quite dark. I was actually thinking I probably should exclude Chapman because I own the brand, but if I wasn't going to exclude it, this is what I'd pick. Oh no, it's sold. It's been sold. It's been sold. There was a beautiful bright blue ghost fret, but unfortunately, well, fortunately, thank you very much, sir, I met you. It's been sold. So the only other thing in kind of a light-ish blue is this wonderful ML3. But you know what? You've all seen these before. I've got 3 of them. Let's not use a Chapman guitar. Wow, 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 wow. Of course I could go white, because, you know, for some reason ever since cowboy films, white was a good representation of things. So here's a white guitar, here's a white guitar, none of which I find at all interesting. Unfortunately, the only blue Les Paul really that takes my fancy is this. It's a blue mist. And it is a beautiful looking guitar, and it's kind of got that sort of Bespin chromy shine to it, kind of Cloud City coloured covers and all that kind of stuff. I'm really looking forward to hearing Lee's Star Wars terminology of colouring. This is a real close runner for another possible Jedi guitar. But you know what? It was yes at hello or it had me at hello when I saw that PRS. So I think actually, after much consideration, hardly any at all, I'm going to go with the PRS. Time to pick an amplifier. So now I'm really limited. White, blue, and green. There are no green amplifiers. Absolutely none at all. There's a blue one, and it's a Fender Reverb. Oh, there's a green one! And it's got a Droid on top of it as well. And it's the Tiny Terror 10th anniversary half stack, and it's hand-wired. Oh mate, I couldn't love you any more if I tried. Right. And you'll notice that all the staff here are of course Jedi because they wear the blue colouring.
It's true.
I think you might actually just save the day with this Tiny Terror Custom Shop 10th anniversary, which I nearly purchased and really wanted to, and still would very much like to, if I could only find the Imperial credits. We'll just have a little look around, but I think this Droid atop this wonderful Jedi green cab probably is a winner. Let's see what we can find. Yeah. So this, I'll light it so that you have a better view. This is the Yamaha THR10X. I actually own this one, which is the THR5. It's a fantastic amplifier, really, really great for practicing. Comes with everything you need, all the different kinds of amp models and effects, tons and tons of shred gain. It's just a little bit dark green. I'd want it to be only slightly brighter for the good side of the Force. And of course, that Tiny Terror is like a chrome robot. I think it's perfect. So I have made my decision. We're going to go with I'm being put off because someone's playing very good guitar in there. Hey man. Hey, he's good, he's good. I'm liking this. I'm liking that. That's my rig. Let me show you. Let's just go and ask this guy who he is. Hey man. Do you mind if I ask you a quick question?
Yeah, sure.
What's your name?
James.
You played a really cool riff. Could you just play it one more time for me?
Yeah, sure.
You in a band?
No.
You should be in a band.
Okay.
Thank you for being here.
No problem.
See you later.
See you again.
Okay, so I'm done. Over to the dark side of the Force. Win I will, fail you will.
Anyway, that's the only Darth Vader impression I can get. So, I'm looking for guitars that remind me of Darth Vader. And it's actually proving to be easier than I thought it would. So come with me and we'll choose some and we'll see what you like the best.
Wow.
So I'm getting this kind of black guitar, black scratch plate. It's got like a Darth Vader vibe to it. I think it looks Darth Vader-y, but there are others. And I've got my eye on one in particular that I kind of like. Let's go this way. I thought this has a certain Darth Vader-esqueness about it, but it's not quite me. This, doesn't that literally look like Darth Vader's kind of helmet to a certain extent? I think that's very Darth Vader. But there's another one. There's another one over here.
Ultimate battle of good versus evil.
This is obviously the daddy, and it's got that sort of beaten up look that gives it a bit of kind of like, you know, Darth Vader when he's a bit mangled up, maybe when he's had his arm cut off, you know, that kind of vibe. So I think this is going to be my Darth Vader death machine, which I like. So I'm going to hold on to this for a minute, although there were so many others. I thought maybe something, you know, red, sort of blood red and stuff like that would kind of do it, but no, I'm literally going old school, dark side of the Force, Les Paul Custom, bit beaten up. There's so many other cool guitars. It's so much easier being Darth Vader than it is being, who was he?
Who was he?
Obi-Wan. Was he Obi-Wan in the end? Was he? Well, I win that battle anyway, so it's predestined. Let's go and find an amplifier.
Wow.
Look at all the sort of like Death Starry kind of Darth Vader-y pedals that I could choose if we're allowed them. But I don't think we're doing pedals, are we? Are we doing pedals?
We could, but I hadn't gone that far. Because actually I kind of do need to get a pedal.
Huh?
I think just do guitar and amp.
He thinks just do guitar and amp.
I just thought, look, dark matter, black star metal, there's so many Darth Vader-y kind of things that I could do. MF Ring.
What's MF Ring got to do with...
Say it.
Okay.
Look, overrated special, which is basically could apply to everything apart from the first 3 films.
I love the name Overrated Special. I think that's absolutely incredible.
Come with me though. I've got my ultimate guitar amp, I think, for Darth Vader-ness. What do we think? Boogie Mark 5, Mark 5 35 or Mark 5 25 just because it's smaller and easier to carry? I think it's got to be Mark 5. Actually no, I quite like the 25 because that's the EL84 one. I think I'm just going to go Mark 5. I think I'm just going to go this. Mark 5 85. Mark 5 85? Mark 5 25? I don't even know what I'm talking about. What do you think about this as the ultimate Death Star rig?
Wow. It's resisting the sabre and not going through the chassis because it's more powerful. Greetings, I'm Rob Chapman.
And I'm the captain.
Now you probably will already have seen us selecting our Jedi and Sith rigs, but let us give you a rundown of what we did decide to choose for our Force side.
Okay, well mine was by far I think the easier choice than Rob's because obviously almost every product we sell is available in black, so I was able to pick out the Les Paul Custom here.
Did you go for the most expensive guitar you could find?
No, I picked a Relic Les Paul Custom because it reminded me of the sort of the Darth Vader beaten up sort of look that he has, you know, just before he's about to be pushed off into the chasm of
Spoilers!
Yeah, if you've never seen that episode of Star Wars, it's like, where have you been all your life? And it's kind of black with sort of tarnished up gold hardware, and it's also kind of old and classic and evokes that feeling of the dark side in me. The amplifier was a little bit more technical. The amplifier I went for because it kind of reminds me of the Death Star. It's kind of like, it's got tons and tons of knobs and buttons. It's probably got, you know, gun turrets and everything. And there's just this little gap that an X-Wing fighter could fly through here and just literally pop its little torpedo into one of these holes here, which allegedly will blow the whole thing up, which I think is an oversight.
Sadly, too late to save Alderaan.
Yes, but you know, it's an oversight, and woe betide the person who designed that flaw in the Death Star.
Woe betide fighter.
Yes. Yes, and that's it, no pedals. My reverb is built into the amplifier. I'm using a Victory cab for no other reason than I was too lazy to change the cab over, but it's black, so therefore it fits in with the theme as well. And it's vintage 30 loaded, so it's much the same speakers as you would get in.
How does your Dark Sith rig sound?
Well, it's 2-channel, so if I decide to go sort of, you know, did you ever see a gentle side of Darth Vader? I don't think you ever did you?
Yeah, right at the end when he's, you know,
yeah,
he's out and he saves his son from the Emperor.
So
That would be
you're right.
The gentle side.
So the gentle side, you know. Luke, I'm so sorry. Say hi to your sister. And sorry to old Ben Kenobi. But of course,
That was beautiful.
what you normally see Darth doing would be unleashing the full force. Take that, you rebel scum!
More fun than you can shake a brightly glowing stick at.
I haven't plugged into a Boogie amp for ages, and I've got to be honest with you, this Mark 525 I shall be plugging into again shortly because it sounds great!
And what's the collective value of Yo Tings?
Let's have a look. 16, and then you'd play probably 500 or 600 for the cab, so that's like 22, 35. Less than it would cost to make a Death Star.
To rebuild the Death Star, right? Okay.
But somewhere in the region of about 6 grand, 5.5 grand.
6G. That's a lot of Imperial credits, man.
Yeah, that's probably about the sort of fee that Alec Guinness was paid to be in the original Star
Probably
Wars.
was, yeah. Poor Alec Guinness. He should have gone for the old percentage.
Should have gone for the percentage.
Yeah, should have gone for the percentage, Alec.
He
What were you
wasn't
thinking,
to know,
bro?
was he? He wasn't to know.
But he should have thought about the genre. The genre is very popular. You know?
Not there, may not have been.
I that's true. The Holy Trinity didn't exist.
What did you have back then? You had probably
Star
to go
Trek.
on. You had Star Trek, didn't you? But no movies by that point. You just had some, you had the
Battle for the Planets? Maybe not. I don't know.
You don't mean that, do you? Do you mean Battle of the Apes or
No, I meant
the cartoon?
No, yeah.
Battle of the Planets.
Yeah.
Was it called?
Commander Makara. All that stuff. Yeah.
Set. What did they do there?
We're old.
Whatever. But anyway, nonetheless.
Set. Whatever.
Okay, rebel scum. Tell me about your.
Okay, fighting for the good side, the Jedi. I have this absolutely stunning Vela. S2, Vela? What do you reckon?
Vela.
All I know is it's made in Maryland. Not Maryland.
And we got told off
as
for calling
a
it
million
Maryland,
people
didn't we?
told me, because in my country where we speak English, it would be pronounced Maryland.
Of course, if you didn't want it to pronounce Maryland, perhaps you shouldn't have spelt it Maryland. What's your name? My name's Mary. Okay.
Pronounce that Mary.
Yeah, but I don't. Yes.
But it's fine. So anyway, it's absolutely stunning. It's got that kind of Bespin-y glow to it. It's got the sense of goodness, right, and justice. You know what? If this guitar was a movie, Jar Jar wouldn't be in it. And always wanted to say that in a video. And I'm loving everything about this guitar.
Yeah.
Even the colours, the looks. For me, I think it's really cool. Yeah. Lovely brass saddles. Awesome, interesting pickups that maybe you could tell me about.
Well, they're PRS own design pickups. If I remember rightly, this is just some sort of a humbucker, and this is essentially just some sort of single coil. No, but it's just got big magnets.
Yeah.
Do you know what? We did a video on the Vela where we explained this. I should also add as well that there's no CGI used in this video whatsoever.
No.
It's basically a good video.
Yes.
Unlike certain films that had CGI.
Oh, well, like the recent
superimposed
Independence
over them.
Day film, which was the worst film I have ever seen in my
I
entire
watched, this is a little story for you. My beautiful 3-year-old daughter the other day made me the happiest dad alive when she said, "Dad, can we watch Star Wars?" So
and did you say yes, provided it's within the original Holy Trinity?
Absolutely. I said,
Okay,
I said, you're too young to understand now, but there are only 3 good Star Wars movies, so there we're going to watch the first one of those.
That's good. Are you counting Caravan of Courage?
No. What's
because that is permissible.
Is that?
Are you going to ask me what's Caravan of Courage?
Is that the name of the new one?
No, it's one of the original Ewok movies that span off after. Oh my god!
Never even seen that.
Okay,
so,
anyone that has a link to a place that Lee can download Caravan of Courage for Grace to watch, that would be really awesome.
So anyway, I'm on my Sky thingy and we find Star Wars and we start watching it, and the one I'm watching is the one that they sort of bastardized like 20 years later by just overlaying pointless CGI.
Yeah.
So you get this slightly sort of very authentic looking but slightly sort of ropey looking sort of Mos Eisley kind of
Yeah.
scene or whatever it is, and then some utterly awful,
Slightly
CGI
cartoony.
sort of dinosaur would
What
just
were you
stomp
thinking?
across the screen. It's like, what?
What were you thinking?
Why ruin that perfectly good? Anyway,
They might as well have
anyway,
just put.
what does George Lucas? What does George Lucas know anyway?
George
He only
Lucas.
made about £50 billion out
He
of
might
the
as well have
whole
put
thing.
tribbles in it.
Yes. Yeah. Whatever.
Anyway, moving on. My amplifier selection is slightly biased in as far as I wanted to buy this amplifier.
You did.
This is the Tiny Terror Custom Shop 10th anniversary. And
It feels like it's been around for so much longer than that.
I'm
doesn't it?
loving the little Jedi green light. See that?
It's very Jedi.
Not just
and
chosen
very green.
Vaguely. Like a little droid on top of
And
the wonderful
lightsaber proof.
cabinet that it matches and comes with. So this is a real simple bare bones machine. It's just what you see is what you get. WYSIWYG. It's got gain, it's got tone, and it's got volume, and it's got full or half or standby. If you want to play in standby, that's an odd choice, but then just want to stand behind. And here's how it sounds in a half power, and also tap because I can have that power as well. But if I don't tap it and leave it in the middle, it fattens like
Yes.
the giant jabber.
Yes.
Now I haven't dialed in too much gain, and yet this is how much it would afford you.
Still my favourite guitar amp that Orange make, Tiny Terror.
It's great, isn't it?
It's just like, and I'm not saying that because I'm not even taking price into account. I'm just saying I just love the way it sounds and how simple it is to use. And everything.
I agree with you, and I'm just going to put more gain in and less volume, just so that people can hear exactly how powerful it could be in a gainier way.
You played a chord at the beginning of that reminded me of Flash Gordon. I don't know why, but
Dispatch more rocket Ajax to bring back his
body.
sham of a film that should have been way better.
What?
What? No, I'm just kidding. It was a great film.
Great film.
Can't wait for them to remake it again.
Are they remaking it again?
Well, of course they will. There's money to be made.
That's true. They're bound to, aren't
Any
they?
film over 30 years is going to be remade. They're not making any more
Oh,
classics.
there's Peter Duncan from Blue Peter. He's going to take us out of the tree. He's going to come.
End my suffering! End my suffering! You know what? This is really good fun.
And Timothy Dalton was in that film.
Yes, he
wasn't
was.
Back before he was really a Shakespearean
More
actor.
important. Fry my birdmen!
Of course, yes. What did he go? Die! Yeah. It's just a great film.
I have got a secret part of this rig that you don't know about.
Oh, okay.
I've got the C3PO plectrum of doom.
Oh, my plectrum's the wrong colour.
Turn off all the garbage compactors in the detention area. Call off all the garbage compactors in the detention area. Listen to them, Artu. They're dying. So you're going to decide who wins
That was the other
this
thing.
round.
When I was watching Star Wars with my daughter as well, she said C3PO walked on and she went, "Daddy, is that Iron Man?" So I just went, "Yes." It was just easier. So she now
said
thinks
yes.
it's some sort of sort of Marvel superhero Star Wars crossover,
It's-
which I think is a genius idea for a film.
It's inaccuracies like that lead to so many problems in later life.
She can't say. She says "Ardu Didu." That's literally what she says.
That's cute.
R2-D2 and Iron Man are basically the two robots in
Right.
Star Wars.
And then Gandalf comes and saves them.
I think there's money to be made there in a Marvel superhero Star Wars kind of crossover thing. Why
People
not?
like you that ruin this world. You just want to see the
Yeah,
world
true.
burn, don't you?
Probably.
Maybe you can help us and think of other movie good and bad versus rig concepts we could do.
This was entirely, this whole rig challenge
Was over a beer at the
entirely
pub.
thought up when Rob said, "Oh, I bought you a present." And I went, "What'd you get me?" He went, "I bought you a lightsaber." And I went, "I know what video we can do this afternoon." So apologies, this serves absolutely no purpose other than for Rob and I to kill half an hour and jam
By the way,
on some
just an insight
nice
into our
guitars.
lives. Us having a beer and me giving him a lightsaber is everyday Chappers and Lou.
Yeah, so for those of you that think that there's tension in our relationship, you couldn't be any more wrong.
So, there you go. My rig, because yours was like $6,000.
Yeah, yours is still $3,000, I think.
That's half the price of your
Well,
rig.
that's because Jedi's are half as cool.
I think it probably is. I think it is a little bit more than $3,000. That's $2,000 for the. That's just the head.
Do you know why
though,
that's
isn't
so
it?
expensive? No, it's the
Hand
head and the
wired.
cab. Obviously, it's made in the UK, so it costs a lot more than making the original Tiny Terror, which was made in the Far East. But it's the speaker in the cab.
Yeah.
And I have. Do you remember the 1 watt amp that I had Marshall make Andertons for the 50th anniversary?
Yes.
And it has it's a 1 watt valve amplifier, and it came with a speaker. I had this Marshall kind of aficionado tell me that if you want to do like a 1964 reissue Marshall, you have to buy this old Alnico Celestion da 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 da. So anyway, when we got the price through from Celestion for the speakers, the 1x12 cab ended up being something like 700 quid just for literally a 1x just 'cause
Wow.
and that's the speaker that's in there. And I have to be honest with you, it's probably
It sounds
the
great.
best damn
Yeah.
speaker I've ever heard. But it's
amazing.
lunatically expensive.
Yeah, lunatically.
That's why that's so much money, that whole rig.
Well, that's why that will conquer the
But
dark
it's
side.
that's the last one as well, by the way. That we
It's
had
the
we had
last
about
one.
5 of
But
those
Andertons.
when it was first released, and that's the last one. So the Rob's fingerprints come free.
Wow, wow, wow.